The Nimbus cluster. Oh wait, 75% here.
Reapers eluded.
Oh,
Faster than light jump successful.
okay, 100%. Oh my gosh.
Evasion successful.
Wasteland, Crescent Nebula. A lot of these are already super close, so let's just fucking. Okay, wait a second. Oh, man. This is for real.
Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful.
Ari, what's up? Hello, hello. How are you doing? Oh, my mic is quiet. I put it down after Elon said it was mad loud last night. So, how's that? Is that better? Let me go back into the game so you can hear the sound of the game. Better? All right, awesome. Awesome, awesome. You wanna know something funny? I was, my phone, you know, because I keep my phone like next to me while I'm on stream, and I got a notification today of a recommended YouTube video about how journalists are terrible gamers and they can't play Metroid Prime. I was like, that's freaking hilarious. We were just talking about that. And then my phone's like, yeah, let's give her a video to watch about that. I don't need to watch a video. We already discussed this. It's the truth. We already know. Okay. So let's get on down to Horizon. But okay, land. Y'all had fun playing Andromeda last night? I was a little jelly because I love playing the online multiplayer. Hey, Dusty Rose, what's up? Welcome, welcome. So good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. Who am I gonna take? We're fighting Reapers, right? I feel like I should take Garrus. It was so funny to try to get all three of us playing together at some point. Yes! Once I get the other gaming PC back up, I bought a new pretty case for it, for my old PC. And so I just need to like transfer all the parts over, do a deep cleaning of everything. And it's got some extra fans, which should help because I was getting a little bit of high temperatures on that one, which is why I came over to Cliff's PC. So once I get that up and running, then all three of us could really be like doing the damn thing. And we have our own squad. That's how we did with Satisfactory with my nephew, where both of us were in the living room on our respective PCs, and then our nephew was on Discord playing Satisfactory with us. It was fun. So maybe Garrus, and I feel like Javik should be part of this. We'll tell Deceit. Deceit could be our fourth. Oh, he needs to get Andromeda, or at least get an Origin membership. Dark channel lift made pulse, lamb, vengeful, ancient. Chauncey! So bold. Okay, let me get my leg up so I can get comfy, because this is going to be lots of fighting. The Romans only tried a triumvirate. 4, test the laws of nature. We should go for 5, yeah. I like that. Let's keep it going. Who needs them? Who needs the laws in nature? I'm a paralegal. I'm looking for ways around the law and how to interpret the law in my favor all the time. Maybe Liara, because she has warp and singularity. I think I'm gonna take her. Like the OGs, Liara and Garrus. Plasma SMG. The Indra for her. Whoa, the Javelin does so much more damage. And so does the Mantis. So does the Widow. The Widow is the same as the accuracy. Okay, so she gets the Widow? The Javelin is great for damage, but only has 13 shots. Oof. Ooh. See, I like to put the ones that are really inconvenient on the party members. Y'all deal with the low capacity and the slow fire rate. But she's mostly gonna be using the pistol, right? So maybe I'll give her the Widow. Give her piercing. Damage by 17.5%. What? Spare shot by 60%. Damage by 10%. Or weight by 10%. Otherwise, I'd have loved to use that. Or the Kishak harpoon gun. You know what? I don't know if I've ever used that one, like on a mission. So if I reduce weapon weight by 10%, my recharge speed is, or her recharge speed is still.
I would practice with all those new guns in the arena before you, because they're weird. Like the Kishak is totally different. It's like fires when you let go of the button.
Oh.
They're all so different.
Well, I'm locked into the mission right now.
Well, I wouldn't do too much weird shit, or it might be hard.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing it for Liara.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm not changing mine.
I've just suffered through that.
Like, oh shit. Why am I on this mission using this gun that I don't like? Oh, she needs the Hornet. There's better damage. Let's do the Hornet for her. Okay. Oh wait, that's me. What the fuck was I doing? I thought I was on Liara because I saw Liara's face. Go back to what I had. Okay. Liara. Gas Plasma SMG. And the Scorpion. I don't know if she have that. Scorpion. Okay. Hornet is 3-round burst, not full auto, and weapon weight doesn't affect teammates. Okay. Yeah, that menu at the bottom left confuses me so often. I'm like, Who am I looking at? Who am I setting up for? Because I see their face and then I think that's who I'm on. I'm happy with my guns, but I want them to have the highest damage and that's it. I don't care about anything else. Okay. Nothing for Garrus and then Liara. Okay. Warp ammo or warp? Let's do warp. Increase damage to barriers and armor by 50%. Weaken armored targets by an additional 25%. Or recharge speed by 35%. 7 seconds or 6 seconds? I mean... 50% increase in damage is... Trying to kill tonight. Okay. And my 3 points. Can't do anything. So, okay. Confirmed. Let's go. Committed.
What do we know, Shepard?
Edie?
The sanctuary facility was devoted to aiding refugees from Reaper-controlled systems. The facility went offline recently, and no communications have come or gone since. It is unclear why Kai Lang or Cerberus would be interested in Sanctuary.
Oh, then let's find out.
If there's a clue to Cerberus here, we find it.
Ma'am, I'm picking up a signal from the facility. It's weak, but I'll try to boost it.
This is Oriana Lawson. Stay away from Sanctuary. It's not what it seems. Please, you must listen to me. They're using...
Oriana? That's Miranda's sister. If she's here, Miranda can't be far away.
That's our link to Cerberus.
Approaching the LZ. Seeing some damage, Commander, but no activity.
Cerberus does not get the jump on us this time.
The king has arrived, and I forgot to add
Stay sharp,
yesterday. The king has spoken. Drum roll, please, for
Pretty
the
big
king.
mess, Shepard. Lots
The
of
king has
combat.
spoken. Let me check. Let's see if my sound effects are working. They're not working! Oh no, hold on. What on earth? Why is voice mod not working? Oh no! King Michael? Let me take a look and see what's wrong. Let's open the software again. But I can go dun 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 dun. And my red carpet that I just roll out like that. Oh, audio configuration error. Well, there we go. That will do it. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, you might have heard an echo, but that's only because it defaults to doing that to make you listen to yourself. Fixed it! Dusty Roads! Oh my gosh. Do you want to hear the cutest thing ever? I played it last night multiple times for everybody. Chauncey is starting to say words now, and so I recorded her first words. You can probably hear her laughing in the background too. She's so cute. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, ready? Listen.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's so cute. Double redeem. Whoa, King Michael redeems then story time and stretch. So we're gonna stretch first. And then we'll do some Zen story time, which is perfect. Right before we go in to fight. And fight Reapers and investigate a Cerberus facility and do whatever else this mission is gonna have us do. Oh my god, my back just cracked. That felt so good. Okay. And then let me stand. Oh. Alrighty, thank you for the stretch, King Michael. That felt good on my back. Okay, where did we leave off? It's been quite a while. Okay. We did the moon, cannot be stolen. This one looks a little too short, so I need to get... Okay, we did Muddy Road. Okay. Bye. That's cute. Isn't it so cute? Bye. Bye. It's so high pitched. I miss my brother's kids' first words when I actually was there the first time they walked. That's exciting. That's like the physical excitement from seeing the first steps is, oh man, that is so fun. I caught Chauncey's some of her first steps on video, like yes, and then being able to work from home, I was able to actually be there for all of the firsts. This has been great. Okay, so we have a parable, King Michael. So this one's for you. Buddha told a parable in a sutra. A man traveling across a field encountered a tiger. He fled, the tiger after him. Coming to a precipice, he caught hold of the root of a wild vine and swung himself over the edge. The tiger sniffed at him from above. Trembling, the man looked down to where, far below, another tiger was waiting to eat him. Only the vine sustained him. 2 mice, one white and one black, little by little started to gnaw away the vine. The man saw a luscious strawberry near him. Grasping the vine with one hand, he plucked the strawberry with the other. How sweet it tasted. What do you think, King Michael? He's about to fall. The vine is the last thing holding him. But he's able to appreciate the beauty and the deliciousness of that final bite of a sweet strawberry. The king approves. The king likes it. All right, what? Have I read this whole book? No. I've read other collections of Zen stories, just kind of poked around in them. This is the first one. Cliff got me this for Christmas. Was this Christmas? So I was like, this is great. I could put this on stream and then you guys can help me go through it one by one every time you redeem it. So I don't read them outside of stream. This is my book just for us to share and have some good Zen story time together. Livy walked like a monkey. She needed you to hold her hands above her head for support, and Sean had a broken foot at the same time he was ready to get up and walk. Oh no, a broken foot. Oh, that's gotta be rough, especially when a kid is trying to learn to walk. I'm ready to walk. Aw. But I like that. Chauncey we do that too sometimes. We would need to put our arms, hold her while she's walking. But she took off running like a little wildling. By the way, do you like my glass? This is my Halloween glass. What's DSP been up to? You haven't been... Bleach said he saw you in his chat. Was that somebody impersonating you? You like the glass? Yeah, it's very Halloween-like, right?
Everyone hear that?
Yes, radio's offline. Something's jamming our signals.
Explains no comm.
Uh-oh.
Shepard, look!
Are you gonna go into the chat and establish that you are,
You see the harvester?
I saw it!
you are not this imposter. Don't
Take him out before they get close.
let DSP think that you're in there. He might be trolling DSP, and I know you wouldn't do that. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? He was asking about where the king's at? Well, see? You gotta go. Actolf Pigler? That's one way to say it. Ack. Hold on. That's for you, Bleach. Sean's completely recovered. Oh, that's so cute. So you have a photo of him and his grandpa? How did he break his foot anyways, if you don't mind me asking? That's hard to do when you're not able to walk yet. So spry.
Looks like they were evacuating.
And it looks like the Reapers were pursuing them.
Are you
About
blocked
time they
from
started
his
killing
YouTube
each other.
channel?
Welcome to Sanctuary. For your safety, communication devices are strictly forbidden.
Makes you think about your lab when you hear everybody
What happened here?
talking about DSP's act.
Come on.
More Cerberus came from that tower.
Then that's where we're headed.
I was in Hey There Babes chat and he said roof instead of woof. And I was like, oh, I say roof too. And he's like, I don't say roof, I say roof. I'm making fun of DSP because he says roof. I'm like, okay. Okay. Well, DSP's in good company because I say roof. All right, front desk log, civilian processing ratios. Adults, 60% sent to integration of children, 85% sent to integration. Suitable candidates are being assigned to temporary living areas in alphabetical order. Family units are being preserved for ease of processing, not because, you know, families should stay together or anything. Uh-oh. His sister slammed his foot in a car door by accident, talking to my brother while he was in the chair crying. She would try and shift sympathy back by saying she bit her tongue during dinner. Like, well, his foot is broken, but like I've got, you know, like a ding on my tongue. I made myself with my tooth. Dito, poor thing. The king will wait until DSP finally returns to Twitch. You think he's gonna come back? I'm not doubting it. But he seems to be pretty successful on YouTube, right? That's the deal. Okay, I activated 2 of these logs at the same time. Whoops. I mean, think about it. He has said that he hates YouTube. He has, but he hates any any place that isn't the spot to be for him. You know? The grass is always greener. Is this a door?
Must be another landing area, more official.
It's looking less likely, but those gifted subs are hard to resist.
But where are all the people they brought?
Yeah, because you can't get gifted subscriptions on YouTube, right?
New arrivals are encouraged to aid those having trouble with registration.
He dumps a lot on Twitch. Bleach is right.
All arrivals are asked to submit.
Something ahead, Shepard.
But he feels
Casualties,
like he
both
was
sides.
wronged. So, of course, he's gonna, you know, speak badly about it, but, you know, burning bridges. Uh-oh. Here.
Be advised. Sanctuary. Off-world activity not permitted within sanctuary. For fast registration, please follow
I'm supposed to get
Dead
that
end,
ammo.
Shepard.
We need an exit. Keep looking.
There we go. Did I shoot that glass? No.
all security
Ooh, pistol scope.
to protect you and your loved ones.
If he's happy, you're happy. That's a good mindset to have.
There is room for all.
But if he's unhappy, you don't have to be unhappy. You can just hope that he'll eventually find some
Shepard.
That's Miranda.
peace and success.
This is Miranda Lawson. If you've managed to get this far, you must be desperate or stupid.
Or stupid. Jeez,
Listen to
Miranda.
me. This is not a refugee camp. This is a Cerberus facility run by my father, Henry Lawson. Turn back now. There is no help to be found here. All communication is being blocked from the central tower.
A DSP
Sanctuary is
cheer?
a lie.
What?
Stay away.
Give me a D.
Okay,
Give me an
so we've got
S.
Cerberus,
Give
Reapers,
me
and
a
Miranda's
B.
crazy father.
What
Any
does
ideas
that
how this
spell?
all fits?
Disp. He's gonna have to pay me if he wants me to cheer for him. You tell DSP. I'll use pom-poms and everything.
Security panel, shutting it down.
Did I do all the conversations with Miranda? I don't
What's happening?
recall.
They needed to hide something.
It's been so long. I took those 3 weeks
Back
off
to
and then
our
I just don't
facility. Let's move.
remember. I hope I did. Because I like Miranda. So I would have no reason not to.
That looks
But I
like
could have
safer
neglected and
technology.
missed it. Did I
I'm
tell
sure of
King
it.
Michael about
I don't know how.
VR streams?
Cerberus has found a way to use it.
King
The answer
Michael,
has to be
I'm
here
gonna be
somewhere.
streaming in
And
VR
Miranda's caught in the
soon.
middle. Let's pick up the pace.
Once I beat Mass Effect. Do you like VR? Do you have VR games, King Michael? What is that? Virtual reality? Where you put the headset on and then you move around and you interact. The games are much more physically demanding.
This is going to get
Yeah,
ugly,
so the
Shepard.
camera is
Nothing
actually
good
going to
ever
be
came out of
like
Reaper Tech.
over there. And then it's going to pan into the living room so that you can see like my whole living room. So that way you can see from top to bottom because I'm going to be up here, down here, squatting, ducking, moving and grooving. And it's going to be super fun. I got a couple games lined up for that. It's like you're in the game. Yeah, because you put the headset on and you like, everywhere you look, you're inside. I tested it out. I forgot to tell you this, Bleach. I tested it out the other night and then like Chauncey comes up and like grabs the VR controllers, the handsets, and she's like, like, oh, you want to play? Because she grabs a controller, like, and she plays Fall Guys, you know? So I put the headset on her, and she's like, looking around. We put Google Earth so that she could just like see something static, and then we put a Star Wars game so she could just look around real quick. And then we took her out of the headset, and she's like, she had to like go put her hands like on the sofa and like lean for a second. She's like, whoa, that like put me off balance. Super cute. So we're like, that's enough. That's enough for her. It's my favorite day of the week. Why do people hate Mondays so much? Because, oh man, because it's just the first day of the week after you've had a really good weekend, and then you gotta go back to work. If you are a Monday to Friday worker, if you don't work Monday to Friday, then you most likely hate your Monday, which is whatever the start of your week is. But, I mean, I don't really mind Mondays, but my favorite day. You know, I kind of like Thursdays today. Thursdays are pretty cool, you know, because they get you the anticipation of the weekend. It's Friday, everybody, you know, is already like on weekend mode. It's hard to get people to respond to emails. Sometimes people take that day off to have a 3-day weekend. So Thursdays, for me, like really line everything up, and I prefer it. Tuesday, Wednesdays, or Sundays? I like them all. I like Sundays because those are like really like relaxing. Those are a full relax. Like Saturdays, you know, it's like the first day after work, so you're kind of like
to be a command center. No
in
power,
business
though.
mode still,
Power switch.
getting things done. And then Sundays
There.
are like,
What's happening?
like really chill. Don't do anything.
Those are the refugees. They're just killing them.
Tuesdays are cool. Tuesdays with
They're
Maury.
being turned into husks.
I don't have a problem with Tuesdays. They're just kind of like bland. It's not like Wednesday is hump day. Thursday is Friday Eve. Mondays are Mondays. But like, what's Tuesday? Tuesday's, you know, like the redheaded stepchild. Calling somebody on Monday is a little known slur. What? If you call a person, like, you're being such a Monday, or like, you are a Monday. Which one?
Come on!
That's really cool. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, if it's so little known that you can use it, but like, how bad of a slur is it? Is it like, because I don't want to be that person. But if it's like calling somebody a jerk,
I don't get it. Why go through all this just
I
to
could
make
do that.
husks?
We just
What
started
is the
calling
elusive
people
man game?
flower eaters last
The Reapers
night,
attacked
right,
because
Ari?
this place was a threat. We need to find out why.
Is there anything I need to pick up here? Yes. Confirmed. Unsuitable materials reassigned to recycling. Oof. Garfield hates Mondays. Have you read Garfield minus Garfield Bleach? Yo, whenever you use that emote, Bleach, it makes me laugh. You use it a lot.
Reaper forces have made
It's
a mess of the
it's such an
facility.
offended face.
I'm shutting down the power to the processing plant to lock them down. Should keep them out of the entrance as well.
Flower Eater is still one of my new favorites. Yeah, totally. That has been added
Kai Lang.
to the vernacular.
She won't know he's here.
Miranda
Ay,
Lawson has arrived
Kai Lang.
sooner than expected. You want me to deal with her?
Only if she gets in your way. Stay focused on the research data. Find it and get out.
Yes,
The
sir.
elusive man.
Let's move.
Okay. I don't know about it, but an outfielder for the Bo Sox was called it during spring training. Evidently, it's a slur that certain peoples don't come to work on Monday. Oh. Okay. Wow. That's really interesting. You know, people get creative with their with their insults. Yeah, Garfield minus Garfield, Garfield without Garfield. So, like, it flows and it works so well.
Not surprised.
Existential despair that John has. It's real. It's legit. You know, I had a coworker who worked, speaking of like going to work on Mondays, I had a coworker who worked for a condom manufacturer, and she was like quality control, and she said all the condoms that were manufactured on Mondays were the worst because she was in some teeny little town where there was nothing else to do but just get like freaking wasted. So they would get skunked up on Saturdays and Sundays and then show up for work on Mondays in the factory and do an extremely poor job. And she's like, you know, how many people got pregnant, or how many women got pregnant and caught like some sort of disease because after I was left the company and before I started with the company, because she said it was bad. Mondays were really bad, and they really had to like discard a lot of product. So some people don't just hate Mondays. Some people don't function well on Mondays.
I spent the last week making small adjustments to increase processing efficiency. We've confirmed the results of Cerberus experiments involving the husk creatures.
The husk creatures. They're people, or they were. Ugh. So horrible.
We got Reaper
got Reapers. We got Banshees. This is next level. Glad to hear that I wanted to pose her for my paternity hearing. I mean, let me tell you, she was, and she's like such a sweet, like older lady, and she was like, oh my gosh, it was bad. Is this your cute little toy? Is this your cute little toy? Look at this cute little. It's a squeezy little cactus for the baby. Yeah, it's nice and squeezy. Cheerio, what's up? You're thinking about those defective Monday condoms? Is that That's a case of the Mondays. Don't get hit! Depose, I realized my error, that joke. I figured it was a typo. Oh my god, she's gonna throw something.
Far end of the room.
I see him.
Rachni as well, because, you know, everything. pet store so she could look at all of, you know, the animals. We're like, well, look at the rats, and look at the guinea pigs, and, you know, the lizards, and then, you know, then she sees like a fluffy sheep and a plushy ice cream cone, and squeeze it, and it's squeak, 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 and she's like, I want it. And we're like, okay then. This right here, this is a dog toy. That is Chauncey's toy. But it's so cute, so I put it in her kitchen because she has a little baby kitchen. This is her dessert. And I have a pile of plushies in my lap. She heard us talking about Garfield, and she was thinking about comics. So here's Hobbs. Oh, and your puppy dog. Yes. And she brought me her puppy. Cliff died. What? What's going on? Lies. It's Boogie. Boogie died. Cliff is alive and well. Finally, I get to crack the Boogie joke first. Oh, and we have Hula Hello Kitty. No, he's not Clifford. He's Clifton. Clifford is a doggo. And Clifton is the man.
Dr. Newry's legacy work with subject Paul Grayson provided a key element to our work here.
Oh,
using the
and the Death
drug
Star.
red sand to break down the
You're
wheels
sharing all your toys.
proved unreliable for general
Yeah, you're such a generous little girl.
adrenaline and its cross-species equivalents is most effective and efficient.
It's hard to imagine what this place was like at full operation.
Doctors for dessert? What? Oh. Now this one we have to be very careful with. This ancient history lesson. This is my first plushie toy ever. And I was able to give it to Chauncey as a present. But this is mine. And she loves it. She wants to hug it. That's right.
The pursuit of efficiency has revealed an important fact. The Reaper's use of dragon's teeth to create husks
you wanna give me that
is
too?
ingenious. The Reaper
That
nanites
is
attach themselves to the
holy.
adrenaline released and quickly move through the body to speed conversion to the final husk state.
I used to have a massive crush on Lady Jess in high school. I mean, you didn't grow out of it, right? Come on. Is that your puppy dog? She loved another. The unrequited love. Search the perimeter. Okay.
Figure out how Reaper indoctrination...
Terminal's damaged. Hang on.
Reapers wanted this place shut down. Maybe we'll find out why.
And post
It doesn't make sense.
in college.
But Cerberus and the Reapers were getting along. What changed?
There it is.
Heading to the tower to disable the communications scrambler. I have to get word out. Some refugees are turned into husks. Some are indoctrinated and shipped to the elusive man. Whoever's left is used in experiments.
Oh.
The data indicates that my father is trying to figure out how Reaper indoctrination works.
Tricking refugees with food and shelter only to turn them
This is
into
also
test
mine
subjects.
from a little girl.
For what?
Since we're doing show and tell. She brought my little foot
Draw them in
from
and
The Land
throw
Before
them in
Time
a
that I
meat
also
Note
have
that
for
she
her.
mentioned
Yeah,
shipping
oh,
indoctrinated
big hug.
refugees to the elusive man. We can use
Big
that
hug.
to find him.
Good catch. Come on. Miranda said she was headed to the tower.
Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Oh, she wants you to hug Littlefoot. Alright, progress update. Rejected subjects have proven useful for preliminary genetic testing. The death rates are 100%, of course. But the data being gathered is critical to improving subsequent testing on viable subjects. Note, only approved personnel with Alpha 3 and above level security clearance are allowed access to the genetic waste testing area. Be aware that security breaches of any kind will result in immediate contract termination. Chauncey, you want to take this comb? I don't need a comb right now. Let's put my hair up so I don't have to comb it. This is for you. I'll put it right here. There you go. The Land Before Time. Yeah, when's the last time you watched that? Dusty Roads. We have it on DVD. Got it so that she could watch it. Uh-oh. Do we have a number 2? Do we have a...
Potentially, but
Dr. Newry's legacy work with subject Paul Grayson provided a key element to our work here. Using the addictive drug red sand to break down.
Here. Oh wait, I see lights. I see enemies. I don't know if they were part of Pizza Hut's marketing, but I only know the 2 of the combined. You know what? I do recall. Yeah, the was that Book It program where you would read books and you get a personal pan pizza. They have something similar at Chuck E. Cheese or Showbiz Pizza. I was looking it up. But it's not just reading books. It's like, did they behave? Did they do their chores? Did they cooperate? So it's more like an honor system with the parents. You give them a rating. Dead motherfucker. That's right! That's right! I know, dead motherfucker. Right? Only the kids that lived in houses ever won that in my school. What? Wow. You know.
that's why we watch it.
Oh yeah. So that way she would be successful. A successful youth. No, you know what? I don't recall knowing anybody as a kid who lived in an apartment. It's just not that type of... Orlando's not that type of city. Or where I grew up. Like the Dr. Phillips Windermere area, which, you know, doesn't make sense to you guys that don't live in Orlando, but there's no apartments.
We're very close. Understanding the indoctrination process.
Look, it reads 6
thing.
books and
However,
you got the
turning it to
stars
our
on your
advantage
badges.
is
Right.
proving
Put your
quite
stars
another.
in.
This is assembly line science. The sheer brute force of numbers and repetition is doing the thinking for us. Effective.
Oh.
But discovery happens at a pace.
So...
We can afford this house is all the money I save on children's toys.
Right by buying dog toys. Check this out now. Ancient history lesson again. This is my first ever plushie, right? It was a gift to my mom / me in the hospital when I was born. Found this bear at Barnes & Noble. Does it not look the same? So she has the OG Polly and she has the current new style. I was all about it because my mom worked in the library. No detentions until middle school. What? They had detention in elementary school? That's a little punitive. Like, you're elementary student. Most kids in CPS are black and brown and live in apartments. We even had a few that were living in homeless shelters. Oh, wow. A totally different living situation and life. Bleak number 9. Cliff say bleak. bring in the reality in here, the strife.
I grew up in an apartment too, but it was it didn't suck. It just wasn't.
It wasn't the best. Yeah, Cliff grew up in an apartment, but you grew up in an apartment by the beach.
Yeah, but I hate the beach.
Yeah, true, but he hates the beach. I'm like, an apartment by the beach.
I'm like, oh, an apartment next to a
Sign me up.
A monstrous place filled with heat.
Sand. I hate sand. It's
Sticks to my dripping sweat.
what is this? It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Internal memo streamlining procedures in an effort to streamline our waste elimination process. Oh, are we building still suits? A high-grade liquefaction compound has been added to our alkaline hydrolysis disposal systems. Our goal is to ensure that our processing system can meet the expected processing ratios as more subjects arrive at this facility. As a result, personnel must wear level 4 hazmat suits at all times while in the disposal area. So gross. Nar. Got in trouble for doing a high kicking contest in the bathroom with 2nd grade. It could have derailed me. That could have been it. You might not be here today.
Did you win at least?
Yeah. I mean, were you part of it or were you judging?
Anybody gets in trouble when they kick a hole in the ceiling.
How high were the kicks? Are you doing like Chun-Li? And quite honestly, I bet I could waste all y'all in a high kick contest. I'm putting the challenge out. Just in case.
If you're receiving this, I've got evidence you cannot ignore. Confirmation that my father is working for the elusive man.
Connection established.
I have your report on the process, Mr. Lawson. Cut to the chase. Can you do it?
Theoretically, control is possible, yes.
Control, the control option. Not doing it.
I thought that might be the case. Not to worry, Henry. With
Or at least, like I said, Ari, I might save and
Exert
see what the
control
outcome
over
is.
Reaper forces. Amazing.
I'll play the rest of it.
Haven't we all had ball kicking
We've found a way
competitions
to
in high
co-opt their
school?
control signal. As long as the Reaper troops remain in close proximity to our signal, we can maintain control indefinitely.
One of my homegirls and I used to punch each other in the boob when we were working together. So this was like we were adults.
That's a much bigger challenge.
I mean, we were 18, 19 at the time.
Now we know where the
But we
Reapers
would do
attack
it
Sanctuary.
strategically, like when the other person was
What
talking to a
Cerberus was up
customer.
Bad news for the elusive man.
But it's
Bam!
good news for us.
Like
We
right
finally have our link to
while she's
Cerberus.
fucking giving the
Lowering
total
the access ladder. Come on.
and like
let's
reaching to like
Wait,
take a
Shepard,
credit
there's
card
more
or something,
here.
and like, bam. She's like, then I'd have to be on guard because she'd get me right back.
I hope she's ready for him.
It was a madhouse. Any one of those kicks could have taken off a head. So you guys were like roundhousing. Let's go to the tower. The strategic boot punch. It was. It turned into a really awesome, hilarious game. What did she swallow? Are you serious? Come here. Let me dig in there. No, there's nothing in her mouth. Is she... Well, it'll come out. She's not choking on it.
Well, no.
It's gone. It went down smooth. Oh my word. Oh, thank you for the tiger. Look at, he matches Hobbs. Tiger and tiger. Tiger. What does the tiger say? Oh, thank you.
You should do a special stream where you just hug the
the whole street. Just plushie hugs.
Plushy hugging ASMR.
Plushie hugging ASMR. Cue it up. I've never been in a workspace where you could nut tap someone. I've been working since 2002. I mean, our managers just kind of didn't give a shit because it was just so funny. And we kept it to ourselves, and the customers all thought it was funny. They'd be like, whoa, you gonna get her back? I'm like, oh, bet. I got this, you know? But man, she was like a real hardcore athlete in Michigan State. So that shit hurt. There's a difference between not being allowed to do it and getting caught doing it. Exactly.
That's what I was thinking.
Cliff was about to type it. You beat him, Murray.
In my mind, I was like, I've never been in a place where you can't. You just shouldn't.
You just shouldn't. Yeah, you can. Just don't get fucking caught. And it was a sports memorabilia shop, so it was literally like we were the only like chicks working there, and so like all the managers were dudes, and they're just like whatever. It has nothing to do with our balls, so let them punch each other in the boob. Whatever. Like it's funny, and they got to see you know, barely 18 boobs jiggle, you know, from like an uppercut. They're not getting mad at that. Progress update. Rejected subjects have proven useful for preliminary genetic testing. Oh wait, I already fucking read this. That gross ass. So I'm supposed to go through this door? No. Okay. Got turned around. You can go ahead and punch each other in boobs, just leave my nuts out of it. Yeah, pretty much. They're like, whatever. Whatever you want to do, ladies. Well, one of my buddies, like, wanted to teach me how to, like, throw a punch at that same job. Let me tell you, this was violent. And he had me punch him in the stock room. Where the fuck do I go? How do I get up there? Is there a ladder or something that I missed? About a Joe Namath football? You know, I sold some really awesome memorabilia, let me tell you. It was good stuff. So many stories out of that place, man. Management, you know, was not top notch until I became a supervisor. You know, even though I was punching boobs, I became a supervisor. There we go. There's a ladder. What am I holding Hobbs for? He's not even nearby. Ew, spore pods!
That's up, Shepard.
Look for it. Okay.
Oh, these things. What's over there? Barrier engine. Okay, so we need to get that dealt with.
There's so many of them!
Whoa, keep going.
Here, the pustules. What's that smell like? Yeah, shooting that. Oh, God. No thanks. Sure, I want to know. I need to put my phone on silent. That was a little... Okay. Get him? Okay. me up on fire?
Watch your step.
I was on fire. It looked like a Geth Pyro or something came at me. It was too much. But maybe it was Ravager shooting something that then set me on fire. Warp. Warp that shit. Ah, that's what it was. It was that Ravager. Look at all that fire now. Is anything here? Ammo! Everybody's dead. Okay. Ew, gestation pod. It's not right. Up top. She's like stuck to the wall. Jeez. Okay, research data. Sure.
We have underestimated the strength of the Reaper signal. They are here. The Reapers somehow know what we've learned about them. They have a weakness. I'm compiling our research data to archive before it's too late. Cerberus sent troops to defend the facility against the Reapers.
So is anybody gonna go see Dune when it releases next week? Or watch it on HBO?
Starting command sequence. Releasing husks.
Oh, what? Releasing husks?
What's happening?
I didn't realize I was gonna do that.
Oh my god. We can use this as an exit.
Anything here? Okay. Liara's got it figured out.
We can use this as an exit.
Jump across.
This'll get us closer to the tower.
Oh, this is not. Oh, okay. I see you guys coming. I can't go over this wall though, right? I know. What's that? Okay. I think I need to back away from this. Can y'all, like, step back? Garrus? Okay, this is cool.
This way.
Oh, great.
We got company.
Stay out of their reach!
Oh, shit. Garrus is so cool. Okay, here, a Banshee. The original Dune was amazing. I hope the new movie will cause people to read the books, but I doubt it. I'm actually in the process of a reread of it before watching the movie. So I'm with you. I hope that people do decide to read it. I like all of the actors. I like the casting so far.
Got it.
I think it looks pretty epic. Oh, there it goes. Oh.
They're all coming from that room up ahead.
Cliff is a huge fan of Dune. He's actually the one who introduced me to the book. And I listened to the audiobook a couple times. And so now I'm doing like an actual physical read through of the book so that I have like everything down pat before I got like a week. But apparently the movie is only like the first half of the story. And HBO is only going to greenlight a sequel if it does well on theater and streaming. So we're gonna have it on HBO all the time. as soon as it hits HBO, we're putting it on. Is that thing still yelling after it's dead?
Doorway ahead.
Let's move!
Ammo. The difference between the books and the movie is how much Paul loved waterboarding. Paul Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib. You know, I watched. Cliff showed me the original movie a while ago. I feel like I'm gonna like this version a lot more.
Get
Worms
ready.
are epic though. He'd skate across a lake or river like nobody's business. Have you read all the books?
Shepard.
Commander Shepard. Excellent timing.
Put the gun down.
No. Oriana tried to shoot me. Miranda's poisonous influence, no doubt.
I'm sorry she missed. Where's Kai Lang?
It's because
I don't know. Gone.
he comes from
He
a
took my
well-off
research and left us
family
here to die.
who
Miranda,
doesn't appreciate that water is such a precious resource, and he
That's
just
close
willy-nilly.
enough. Both of you. Kai Lang didn't finish the job, but I will.
This ends here.
On the contrary, now that the Reapers are taken care of, we have a way out.
Let her go.
Shepard. Don't let him take her.
Aw.
Shepard, please.
Oh, I have the Paragon option. Cheerio, I see you. I see you.
I have no problem with you. I just want Oriana and the research data.
You want a lot.
You get your life in return. How much is that?
I'll hate it because Sting wasn't the weird body kid for the evil guy. What's his name?
right.
It began with an
Take
R,
it.
right?
But I want out alive. Deal?
No, Fade. Fade Ralpha?
No deal. Did he hurt you?
I ain't no
Are you
fool.
alright? It's okay, Ori.
Yay!
You're safe now.
Your sisters are
I'm fine.
reunited.
I want to get out of here. We will. Give me a minute, okay? Commander Shepard. Fancy meeting you here.
We caught a break. You alright?
I'll be fine. Really. I don't know how you managed
Miranda's
it,
such a badass,
but I'm
right?
grateful you're here.
Fade, right? Fade, F-A-D-E, like fade to black. Ralpha. Or is it F-A-I-D? Well, pronounced like a fade. His character's not even in the movie, I think.
How is that possible?
I read something that they're like blended another two characters to represent him.
They just took Raban out because he doesn't do anything.
I guess.
He's just the referred to, really is peripheral. Makes sense.
What happened?
How did
Tell
you
us.
do all this?
Finding my father didn't take long once I confirmed he worked for the elusive man. Just had to follow the lies. Once I saw what this place really was,
F-E-Y-D. Yes.
I couldn't just walk away.
Of course.
Okay.
Things got really complicated when Reapers showed up.
Almost.
in
Well, it's because we
Kylo.
listened to the audiobook.
survived.
I didn't see it spelled
Not many
ever.
people could do that.
I haven't actually read the book.
When
in
you
years,
mentioned
but
he
I've
was
listened to it
involved,
several times.
I took a few precautions. Probably saved my life.
I could have helped. I mean, we're friends. Kind of.
Miranda, this whole thing was a huge risk. You should have told me.
You have a war to win, Shepard. This was my fight. It's been a long time coming.
You did it. It's over.
Yes. I just wish my sister didn't have to see all this.
About your father.
I'm glad he's gone, Shepard. I'm sorry if that sounds cold.
Have I ever missed one of the conversations with
understand.
Miranda? Probably.
It's finally
I
over.
might have.
For both of us. We can stop running.
Yes, you can. What's our status? Any intel we can use from this place?
Research data is gone, but we've got basic facility information, shuttle arrivals and departures, Cerberus included. No direct links, but it's a start.
Grab anything you can off the computer. We'll take it back to be analyzed.
I can do better than that.
What?
Before Kylang took off,
Loving corrections from
I
a
planted
fan
a tracer
that got
on
him
him.
for another book
If
when
you
I was
act
younger.
fast, you'll track him right to the
Nice.
elusive man.
Tracer. Sounds like you thought of everything.
Not quite, but nobody's perfect.
Ooh,
Thanks,
that was
Miranda.
hard for her to
This is
say.
exactly
Because
what we
she
need.
is perfect.
Thought you might need some good news.
Damn right. What's next for you two?
God Emperor is my
Get
favorite
her
one.
someplace safe. Get this scratch cleaned up.
That one's Cliff's favorite,
Okay.
God Emperor.
I gotta follow all this up.
I'll be in touch, Shepard.
I've only
Soon.
read the first one via
I hope
audiobook.
so.
So this is my first time like
Come on,
reading
Ari.
the actual
We've
book.
had enough of Father's hospitality.
Let's make sure everyone knows about this
But I
place.
think I want to go a little
Communications
further and
scrambler
read a couple
disabled.
more. Or read the whole
Listen to me.
series.
This is not a
But I'm like
refugee camp.
working on
This
the
is a
Wheel of
Cerberus
Time
facility run by
series
we
as
need to
well.
pick up every tower.
So I got a lot of books kind of stacked up.
I've had enough of this place.
Yeah, you have, Shepard. Yes, you have. I missed one once on the 360 version and went back around half the game just to save Miranda. She's a worthy,
I wasn't in favor of your diversion to Sanctuary, Commander.
what do you call it,
Too many
companion.
unknowns.
I don't blame you.
But I was wrong. The Cerberus lab you raided hinted at something big, but we never expected this. All those refugees, all that slaughter, just to study indoctrination.
Sanctuary did need to be shut down, sir. What they learned about the Reapers wasn't worth all those lives.
It's useful intel, Commander, but you're right. The cost was too high. Do we have a location on the elusive man?
Yes, we had a tracer on Kai Lang when he reported back.
Good. That
Yes,
gives us a
baby.
fighting chance to take Cerberus out of this war.
Agreed. We need to end Cerberus and focus on the Reapers.
My thoughts exactly. Hack it out.
Hack it out. Okay, so I think like that's it, right? So my military strength isn't max. But that's kind of it, right? Because then the next is like the endgame missions.
What kind of soldier looks at a camp that turns people into husks and goes, yeah, I want to help with that?
Same guy that lets Cerberus stick Reaper tech into his skull. Those bastards aren't human anymore.
True.
Commander, it seems Tally's taking what happened on Horizon hard. She's in the lounge if you want to check on her.
All right, we'll go check on her. Look at the new MLS jerseys. They all have 3 stripes on a shoulder, like the future. At least there was precedent for these animators. I'll have to look. I don't really watch soccer. We have a team here in Orlando, the Orlando City. I've been to a couple games, but I don't follow it like we follow. Yo, you really just gonna stand there? That's right. Where the hell is the lounge? Chauncey, Chauncey. Oh wait, I'm gonna talk to Garrus, boyfriend and all. Wait, is he not in here? Yeah, he's supposed to be in here. There he is.
Any word from your family?
They made it off Palaven. It was tight, but they're okay.
That's fantastic. That must be a weight off your shoulders.
It is. Though this being a war, one burden replaces another.
What happened?
I just had to make a tough call with the Primarch. He said our fleets are being decimated, so I advised him to cease all offensive operations against the Reapers.
A full retreat?
The only way to save Palaven now is to hold our ships back for the Crucible. But if I'm wrong, then a lot of other Turian families won't be as lucky as mine.
That's a hell of a gamble. No other options?
If there are, I can't see them. It all comes down to the Crucible now.
And ruthless calculus.
How are you holding up, Shepard? This all has to be taking a toll.
There's only so much fight in a person. Only so much death you can take
before a certain Turian with no romantic skills to speak of tries to cheer you up.
Cheer? Coming from you?
Mood swings. Don't worry. We'll get through this.
Hello.
We always do.
Welcome, welcome. You okay? Very good to see you. Let me know if I pronounced your name correctly.
So the elusive man really believes he can control Reapers. Husks are one thing, but a whole fleet? The man is insane.
I mean, we've known the elusive man is not quite right. Yes, baby? What's that? You eating your food? Big bite. Good job. Yes, baby. Uh-oh. It's falling right out of my ear. There's Leah. Oh, it's Leah. Tali. She is drunk. Look at her.
Shepard, want a drink? I'm toasting Miranda, I think.
How are you getting drunk?
Very carefully. Taurian brandy, triple filtered, then introduced into the suit through an emergency induction port.
That's a straw, Tali.
Emergency induction port. It's actually getting a little harder to get it into the slot. I think that means it's working. She was so rude. What did Jack call her? Cerberus cheerleader? With her perfect
Tali is this
genes
this
and
character.
attitude and still, she got it done. She stopped her father.
Poor drunk Tali.
I didn't realize this would be so hard on you.
I didn't like her. Keela, she was such a bitch. but I respected her. Sometimes that's better than liking. She did whatever it took to stop her father. She never gave in to him, never changed herself to please him.
Anymore?
Ah.
Don't me. You sound like a Vorcha.
Seeing a bit of yourself in Miranda fighting her father?
I spent my life trying to live up to him. Then making up for his mistakes, doing what he'd have wanted.
It's never that easy.
When do we get to stop reacting to our parents and start living for ourselves?
The answer to that one's at the bottom of that glass.
I might need help with the induction straw. Port.
She already forgot
Here's
what
to
she
Miranda.
named it.
Nice job, you genetically perfect Cerberus cheerleader Boschtet. Kila Solai.
She had a rough go of it with that loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2, where her dad was doing some very questionable things with Geth parts and pieces. Give her shelled peanuts, nothing but fun to eat when you're drunk and bitter. Shelled peanuts, not peanuts in the shell, right?
She's probably allergic.
She's allergic to everything. Yvonne Strahovski. That's her name. You know, we never finished that. There's a movie on Amazon Prime that she's in. She's in that Chris Pratt movie. The Future something. Future War. If they animated her into this, I'd be more aware that she was killed. The Miranda looks exactly like her voice actress. Assault the elusive man's base. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm gonna go to the cinema real quick. And she's super pretty. I like her with the blonde hair, but I also like the dark hair. Future War with Chris Pratt. Why did I think it was Future Wars? Thinking of Star Wars. Did you watch the whole movie? We started it, but then we never finished it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing really, so it probably isn't great. Yeah, I like those though. You know, you kind of go in with low expectations and just, you know, leave it on. Let it run. But, you know, you get up to go to the bathroom, you get up to make a snack. You don't have to pause it. You just make your way back to it when you get there. Wow. Okay. Can I call anybody to come over? I thought I could. Boom. Yeah, I have invites. I don't want to go into the end game without having had all my dates. I'm right here. Hi.
Greetings, Commander.
Shepard. I didn't know you could play.
Actually, this is the only song I know.
Why's that?
There was always something more important to do. A ruin to uncover, intel to gather, a commander to save.
Ha. Who are you talking about?
You couldn't sit still long enough.
Could you?
You don't have to do the Citadel DLC, Kisul, before the end game. I did it the first time I did it. The first time I played it. Well, actually, I never got my game glitched at the very, very end when I made the decision. So I just bought the Citadel DLC. So I don't, you know what? I don't know if you do endgame and make the decision, but I definitely did it a bit earlier in the game than, like, you know, right at the end, just because it flowed with the story a little bit. Ari actually kind of like walked me through like the best timing to play it, to get the most out of it and to get like the best like story flow. So she can kind of go a little deeper into that. If you have any questions about that. Squid Game. I started it. I didn't get a chance to finish the first episode, but it looks pretty good. It's Korean kind of horror, right? You can't really go wrong. The armor wraps perfectly around the underboob for some reason. I mean, when you're wearing like only that outfit ever, you want it to fit exactly right. I endgamed Mass Effect 3 early and missed half the content probably.
There's always New Game Plus.
Exactly, New Game Plus. My game. This is gonna be my first time actually beating Mass Effect 3, because when I played it on console, my game glitched. So I made the decision, the crucial end game decision, and then the whole thing just crashed. And so I couldn't beat the game. So I don't have a canon ending. So this will be first time. Why the song?
Is there something special about this song?
On one of my first digs, a storm swept in. We were trapped inside. I was so restless. I wanted to get back to work. One of the other archaeologists, Dr. Elena, had this keyboard. She took it everywhere. She taught me to play this song while we waited.
Nice song.
It's a good song.
Thank you, Shepard. The person who taught me that song was a friend. I spend so much time chasing down knowledge. Sometimes I forget that there are things you learn by doing nothing. By just spending time with the people you care about.
What have you learned from me?
I suppose how to get myself into life-threatening situations on a daily basis.
I'm a good teacher.
The best. Well, I should probably go. I have reports to look over.
Take a break.
Right. But first, why don't you teach me that song?
Yeah, so Ari's explanation is exactly why I played the Citadel DLC and the position that I did. But I do like just going back to the Armax arena and playing some combat just to keep my hand in it.
This place is nice.
Shall I
This is
transfer
very
over
nice.
your reports so that you might work here?
Yes, thank you, Glyph.
See? Remote work. everybody does it.
Right.
Even a gangster information. Everybody. Nobody wants to work in an office. An information broker,
Glyph,
shadow broker.
Can you copy that song to my personal files on the Normandy?
Certainly, Dr. Tassoni.
Shepard.
Okay, so next is Samara to come visit. Oops, not that one. This one.
I came as quickly as I could. What's wrong?
I didn't mean to worry you. We just didn't get much of a chance to talk at the party.
We've said our farewells, Shepard.
Damn.
Are we gonna stand on formalities? These big picture windows remind me of our talks in the Normandy's observation lounge.
This view doesn't have quite the same effect as a galaxy of stars, but I can see where it might make one sentimental. I also enjoyed our talks, Shepard. Very much.
Let's talk about you.
Hey, look what I found. An old issue of Justice Our Heroes, May 2140. It says that you personally lifted 50 refugees across a raging floodplain on Nivos after smugglers blew up a dam.
That news source has been known to exaggerate.
So you didn't almost drown while saving a child who'd been torn from her mother's grasp?
The smugglers were not so lucky that I survived.
Oh. Are there more stories like this?
Perhaps. You might be amused by the June 2085 issue, Justicar Samara, Cold-Blooded Justice Runs Hot. It is not so difficult for me to find stories of your exploits.
Touché.
I think that you are
Shepard.
remarkable, Shepard. When the vids sing your praises and call
That
you a
camera
hero,
angle.
does it make you blush? Do you agree? What do you feel?
Wow. It's nice.
It's humbling. But honestly, if people feel that I'm making a difference, that bolsters me, my team, and our efforts. What now?
I am content as we are, Shepard.
Oh,
Let us sit a while
yeah.
longer,
What
even
does
if there is
Morin
nothing to say.
Want to squeeze the blackheads on Shepard's nose? Do you watch Dr. Pimple Popper in your free time? Like, no, I have not watched that either. No thanks. Okay, is that every... Okay. I thought that I had to do a pull-ups challenge with James. Why did that not? I remember doing that. Okay, but I'm definitely... I want to do a little bit more combat, so I'm going to go back to the Armax arena. Let me look at my journal real quick too. What do I have going on? The elusive man's headquarters have been located and the Alliance is prepared to attack to recover the Prothean VI that holds the key to the catalyst. Once the attack is launched, the Alliance will be fully committed to the final fight against the Reapers. Assault the base when ready. So that's it. Recover it from the... Okay, so I didn't finish all of my scanning. So maybe I'm going to go pick up a couple of these things. Find some on the Citadel. Find one in the Athena Nebula. So I still have a couple more things to pick up. flagged terminals. Once I start that, I pretty much finish to do everything else first. Yeah, got a lot. Okay, I've picked up a couple things that I can deliver. Wow, I didn't get anything. Help the resistance movement by getting them Cerberus intel. I won't be able to finish the Eden Prime one. This one? Okay. It's okay. It's no big. Then all of those are just scanning fetch quests, right? That's all I have left. So that has to be done during the mission where you find Javik. Ah, okay. So I missed out that one. Okay. Scientist. This way. There we go.
I think I know which project you mean, and I've got a Hesperia period statue in Bay D24.
Commander Shepard, that's excellent news. I'll have it sent to that project right away. Thank you so much for your help.
That's perfect. Thank you.
So, what were you able to pull from the inscriptions? Really? Excellent. I knew they'd find something.
Okay. Okay. In some of the huts are 3 pieces of intel. What huts?
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination.
Okay. Is there anybody down in the docks that I need to go talk to? James and Zaid. So no.
Now arriving at docking bay E24. Emergency civilian housing.
At the hospital. I wish I could live in this world. Same. I wish I could live in Anderson's apartment.
Now arriving at Huerta
It's so
Memorial
nice.
Hospital.
Consultant and then doctor all the way in the back left. Okay.
No, I'm seeing it here too. We're low on metagel and synthetic blood.
Excuse me. I recovered the rings of Elune. They're waiting in Bay D20.
That's wonderful. Thank you. My people will treat this miraculous find as a call to support their local hospitals.
Okay, and then we go all the way to the back and talk to some doctor. Oh, what's
Welcome to Certa.
metagel capacity? I mean,
Certa is a non-profit organization dedicated to the medical needs of all sapient life.
if I'm gonna go to endgame, I should have the most
All profits from sales.
max out metagel capacity, right? How high can I go? Okay. 1 near Javik's pod.
Thank you for coming to Certa.
2 in
How
the
can we help
complex
you?
across the bridge before you jump to the small ravine to get back after they destroy the bridge. Oh, so I just wasn't exploring
Profits from
enough.
sales go to help new medical research.
Hey, Shepard. I'm glad to see you. I know things are crazy right now.
Exactly. So you have to take the moments when you can. I'm glad we had time to talk.
Me too. Gotta take the moments when you can. So true. And Shepard, thanks again for getting my people out alive.
Take care, Jacob.
You too, Shepard. I'm thinking about you out there. Stay safe.
Okay, And then the doctor, right? All the way in the back to the left. Just search every HUD as you go through that mission. There is the intel, a few upgrades, and a weapon. Ah, okay. I'll remember that for the New Game Plus. New Game Plus on Insanity. Oh, I didn't go far enough. Oh wait, I did. Okay.
He was stabbed with a poisoned blade by a Cerberus soldier.
I overheard what you said. I found this at a Cerberus station. A poison tailored to Turians.
Let me see. Yes, I think this is it. With these schematics, we should be able to come up with an antidote. Thank you. The General might pull through because of this.
I'll report back and let you know how I feel about being on insanity mode. Oh my gosh, if it drives me actually.
That's a nice sentiment, but it won't help when we run out of supplies. I've seen this happen in combat before. And we will run out of supplies. Have you seen the projections the administration center made?
I have. The situation is going to get worse. What's your point?
We can't deny the facts. If we prioritize them, some of our patients are in a much better position to survive. If we take care of them first and ration our supplies, we can save some now and enable ourselves to save more later.
We cannot do that. We swore an oath to help the sick regardless of their economic...
Yeah.
We're fighting right now to
Hippocratic
protect the
oath,
people
dude.
you're talking about. If you let these people die, that fight is...
It's not that simple. If we aren't careful about this now, we'll end up losing everyone.
Then we'll find a way. Look, we have more fortunate patients, right?
Yes. And I hate to say it, but the fortunate ones have far better survival odds.
And more credits. So we asked them for donations to get more supplies for those without credits.
What? Are you saying what I think you're saying? That's...
Yeah, come on, lady.
You know, that actually might
On
work.
New Game Plus, picking up a weapon or upgrade sometimes gives up to 4 levels. Oh, wow. I could really, like, max out some awesome... Oh. Thank you. Chauncey! Because she wants my food. Excuse me, I'm having a snack. At a level 2 sniper rifle, picked up the one on Mars and jumped to level 6. Wow! That's awesome. Have you picked up any of the special weapons in Andromeda multiplayer yet? Like the ones that are like Siphon or anything?
Please select a destination.
Okay.
1 moment.
I doubt there's going to be anybody in Purgatory that I need to talk to, but just in case.
Now arriving at ward level Purgatory.
Yeah, Arya, Joker, and Edie. No, thanks.
Spectre status recognized.
Probably start to feel
Please
overpowered
select
on
a
anything
destination.
under Insanity with the new game New Game Plus Infiltrator.
Areas tagged
like
of
that.
interest to you are highlighted on the elevator menu.
Where did I land? In the embassies or the commons? I think it was the
If you
commons.
have 1
Let's go to the
moment,
embassies. I like the confidence
arriving
that I'll feel
at
overpowered in insanity mode. It's very intimidating. Okay, take another bite. Okay, Officer Delk right there. The recharging remnant shotgun, AR and sniper, and an ultra rare cat shotgun. Okay. What's the gun that I like? I like the Roserad. Oh man, that is such a good weapon. I really like don't switch from that one. Well, you see, like once I find a gun that I like, I kind of just stick with it. Where's Officer Delk?
Perhaps you could send the girl to your side of the family.
Are you kidding? My family disowned me when I married America.
You haven't got one of those yet? Wait till you get it. Oh.
Assholes, then they would be to see me.
Oh, Cliff said that's the one that he was using last night.
Send your daughter to them.
That
Your
is
understanding
top notch.
near my daughter much right now.
I probably never was. You have to get weapons from loot boxes, and loot boxes hate you. I saved up and got.
If he has you pick the loot box that he's money on, then he'll win. That's what I did. You're so damn lucky.
I am really good at getting loot box choices for people. Cliff's cousin, I got. Hey. He wanted like a certain character, and I was like, just wait. Get the loot box that I say after a certain match, and then he got it. So, remember Ryan? He wanted like a Vorcha or something, and I was like, not yet. The Vorcha, yeah. You're gonna eat my food, Chelsea? But it is delicious. So I will bring you the luck. And then I will report back if I've got her the gun that she wants. Alright, can you open all my Overwatch loot boxes? I want the Halloween. What's her name? Is it Diva? I've never played Overwatch. And Mercy skins. I do like seeing the Halloween skins for these games though. They're super cool. So where's this Officer Delk? I don't see him. It's supposed to be a number 4. It was for the U? Or is for the U and the hallway? Or is he just not here? Officer Delk? What the hell was that? Okay. Nothing. Oh, there. Right there he is. Oh,
Your
man.
intel, right? I found these encryption codes on a Cerberus engineer. I thought they might be helpful.
Cerberus ciphers. That's exactly what we've been looking for. Thank you, Commander.
Luckily this time I have enough coins saved, so even if my luck stays terrible, I can just buy 9 Tails, Diva, and Witch Mercy. I'll have to Google those to see how they look because I'm sure they're super cute. Which is the one that has the little pink on her cheeks. Okay, so I think I've delivered everything that I've picked up from scanning.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination.
Okay, so that's Diva.
Areas tagged of interest to you are highlighted on the elevator menu.
So,
One moment,
let's
please.
go to Normandy real quick and take a peek.
Now arriving at docking bay D24.
I'd like to request a transfer to a zone with Reaper, Sergeant.
And may I ask
No
why you think
thanks.
your deployment deserves special treatment, Private?
Unread
messages at your private terminal, Commander.
I have email now. New digs from Miranda Lawson. Shepard would love to see it. Can't be any worse than that pokey little captain's cabin on the Normandy. Invite me over sometime. I'm in the area. Combat sim. Shep, I hear the Silver Sun Strip place has a combat simulator. And I felt like kicking the crap out of something. Get your ass down here if you're game. Oh yeah. I gotta go unlock Jack. I didn't even play Diva. I just want the Nine Tails and Black Cat skins because they're cute. I'm a one-trick Mercy main. I'll have to look up the, like I said, I'm gonna look up those skins. Usually when they do the holiday themed ones, they're super cute. Wow. Okay. Well, here, don't eat with the knife. Eat with the fork. Here. I'll trade you. Thank you.
You want your own fork? Or are you gonna share that one?
I'll share this one. Wow, she's got like an iron grip on my hand. Like, don't.
So I've hit on a favorite now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did make this rice just because she asked me to.
She knows what she wants. Okay, so let's go back. Go back to the Silver Sun Strip and let's invite Miranda over. The best booty in the galaxy. This is fun doing one-handed. I mean, they've got cute butts and they're perky, but Miranda's got a donk. There's a difference.
I see.
Also, I've just noticed that Borderlands 3 has photo mode. I'm gonna have to play with this and spam the photo mode channel. Yes, I haven't seen your screenshots lately.
They're so good.
Ah, they're gorgeous. You've got such an eye for the photo mode.
Anderson's place is pretty nice.
Anderson's place is bomb, man. It'd be awesome to live there.
Miranda, good to see you. How do you like the place?
Not a part of town I'd normally associate you with, Shepard. I like it. Fix me something while you're back there, would you?
Sure, I'll get just the thing.
Shepard!
So what brings you back?
You know,
I
she
was hearing
forgets
some
she's in a
confusing
dress.
reports. Sounded like you had lost your mind.
No doubt. My communications were hacked, among other things. I'm sure the news had a field day.
It did. So, a clone?
Division and Warframe. Oh, you played Warframe? I have it in my library, but I've never played it.
Yeah, saw it myself. Did you know anything about this?
Just rumors. Nothing really caught my attention. But about this Brooks.
Heard anything?
Not as Brooks, but as Hope Lilium. Another lie, certainly. When the collectors showed up, she put together the dossiers on your crew for the elusive man. Never paid her much mind. Interesting.
Lucas!
My focus at the time was bringing you back.
How
We
you
needed the real
doing?
Shepard, not some cheap knockoff.
Welcome.
I mean, really. A clone?
Is that true?
Yes. Hard to imagine.
I'm not sure the galaxy could survive two Shepards. Think of the property damage. Oh, they shut down my favorite sushi place.
Oi.
That's a shame.
Everybody and the sushi
Shepard
restaurant.
didn't.
I did. Fell right through the fish tank.
How did you manage that?
Fresh fish.
The serpent nebula.
It
Yeah.
exploded. Hey, it was the clone's plan, not mine.
Blowing up a fish tank shouldn't be part of anyone's plan. Although executing marine life seems to be some sort of hobby with you. No wonder your clone couldn't resist.
It was the first step in taking over my whole life. We stopped it.
Good thing, but why did it want your life? Why would anyone? All that running, jumping, gunfire. It's crazy.
I like that.
I'd describe it as engaging rather than dangerous.
I'll drink to that.
Trust me, I know all this isn't normal.
Speaking of trust, with all this clone business, how do I know you're the real Shepherd?
I don't know, you just do.
Do I? That's the trouble with clones. You can never be sure.
Come on, you rebuilt me from almost nothing. Don't you recognize your own handiwork?
It's not as if I carved my initials in the corner.
Well, clone or not, I'm the only Shepherd left.
Good point. I guess I'm stuck with you.
I do have a crazy life, don't I?
That you do, my friend. That you do.
Where's Shepherd? Oh. Oh, I like this picture up here. It's so cute. Alrighty. Well, I think I've invited everybody that I can. Housewarming. Next time we're on the Citadel, I'd love to come by. No rush, but it's nice to have a place there that you can call home. So, Tally can... Okay. So, after I have a visit, then it activates another one. Okay. So, looks like I can finish out the rest of the visits. And I'm going to do some fetch questing, planet scanning tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow night, we're going to beat the game. We're going to say goodbye to Mass Effect. And say hi to some VR and some spooky games. Ari, Cliff told me that you suggested Control. And I actually got it when it was free in the Epic Games Store. So I installed that today. So... we're going to beat Mass Effect tomorrow night, and then we'll start next week with some VR and Control and maybe Alien Isolation and whatever else. Who knows? We have a ton of dupe of mods and that on Warframe. If you ever want to give it a go, I'm happy to lend a hand, trade you some mods to make the grind easier. Oh, that would be fun to play some Warframe. I will definitely like to take you up on that because it looks like such a fun game. It looks right up my alley. So I'm gonna call it tonight, and hopefully I will see you all around tomorrow night so that we can beat this game. You can just play Trinity and run healer. Ooh, I will need a healer. So awesome. Thank you everybody for coming out and hanging around. I had a very good time. And it's time to say goodnight. Let me do the killing. I'll let you do the killing unless you need me to jump in. Oh, I like that. Like some backup. So we'll work that in. We'll schedule it in. I've got to download the game and all that. But definitely I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Let's beat Mass Effect and see what happens to the galaxy. And that's it. Check out the Discord if you are not already a member. Come join Discord. Come follow on Instagram. And I'll see y'all later. See you tomorrow night. Have a great night.